welcome back to my channel. This is Alex from Alex's Innovations. A couple weeks ago I made a video on reviewing your patterns on Braceletbook. For those of you who don't know, Braceletbook is a website that you can upload your patterns to, you can share other people's patterns, you can upload your photos, and you can sort of create your own color variations for bracelets, which makes it super fun. And to keep Braceletbook a safe place, I am one of the around 15 moderators. Moderators are people that go through patterns and photos and comments, and we just check to make sure everyone's doing okay. We take down patterns that are not really valuable or comments that could be hurtful or offensive on the website, and overall our job is to create as safe and enjoyable a place as possible. So a lot of you guys really liked my last video, which was going through all the patterns. I figured I'd do it again because you guys have fun with it and I get some moderating out of the way. I explained in my last video how moderating works, so if you want to go check that out, the link's in the description. So let's go. So I'm starting off with patterns because at the top of the screen right here you can see there are 1,830 patterns that have been submitted, whereas they're like the next highest category is like comments and forum, which are 30 each. So I'm definitely going to start with the patterns because you guys have been submitting so many patterns over quarantine. Inside of the patterns tab, which I mentioned in my last video, are variations. So this one is obviously a variation because look at all these color combinations. Wow, there's a lot. And this one looks pretty cute. So just because there's so many variations, I'm just gonna check to make sure that there are no other variations like it. So it looks like it's like a mauve? I've never figured out how to say that. Like a mauve, pink, a light blue, and an orange. So I'm gonna check out pink, blue, orange, pink, blue, orange. This one looks pink, blue, orange, but the one that the user submitted looks a lot more pastel, so I'll keep looking. Pink, blue, orange, pink, blue. Oh! Uh-oh. This one looks pretty similar, because it has like a turquoise, orange, pink. Nah, this one's okay. It's different enough. Pink, blue, orange, 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 pink, blue, orange. Okay, we're good. There are no other color combinations like it, so I'm going to submit it. Next we have another variation. So this pattern's really cool actually. I've never made it. And this person submitted one that is a very pretty color combination of purple, dark blue, light blue, and green with a background of gray. So I'm just going to check for a background of gray first, and then I'm going to see. And actually none of these look to like have a background of gray, and it's a really cool color combination, so I'm going to accept it. Next is this cute little cactus. Oh, this is really cute. Okay, so it looks like there are a couple of variations for this already, and this user submitted a cactus with a light pink background. None of these existing variations appear to have a light pink background, and so the submitted variation seems to have a significantly different look to the other variations, so I'm going to accept it. Watermelon sugar, watermelon sugar, watermelon sugar. This pattern looks different than all the other ones. It has a dark pink background, which obviously none of these do, so I'm going to accept it. Oh, one of the keywords for this is hairstyles. Oh. Someone misspelled Harry Styles and they made it hairstyles. Oh boy. Oh no. Next is this pattern. Oh my god, I made this pattern. This variation's mine. The one with the pink, blue, and yellow. Wow, that's so cool. Okay, well anyway, someone else is submitting it. Wow, it's a pretty color combo. It looks like there's a background of purple, of red, and green. And looking here, there's no other purple background, so I think it's okay. The one critique I may have might be that the purple's too dark, because it's kind of making my eyes hurt to see the red. So I'm just going to comment, like, asking them if they can make the purple a little bit lighter. This is a little bit strict, but I think it would make the variation a lot nicer. Alrighty, this one is for sort of a half and half chevron, it looks like, but we have a warning. Please try to avoid using similar colors in your patterns if possible. C equals E and B equals D. So I'm going to look at colors C and E first. C and E are these two light purples. Those are pretty similar. Let's check the other ones. B and D. B and D. Yeah, those are pretty much the same orange, so I'm just going to ask them if they can make the colors a little bit more distinct and to try and either merge them or change the colors around. Next, all these are variations, wow. Okay, next we have this little tiny arrowhead, and this user submitted one. Oh, I love this color combination. It is gray, white, orange, and blue. So we're looking for something that looks remotely like this, and I don't see any with gray, white, orange, and blue. Gray, white, orange, blue, yes. So I'm going to accept it. Ooh, okay, this one is, I feel like I've seen this pattern before. It is pretty small, but I don't remember seeing this pattern before. I'm just going to hit on some of their keywords, like swirl I think is the most indicative of this one. So I'm gonna click on swirl, I'm gonna filter it, to 6 string so I can see if anything else looks like it. No, all these look pretty different. So I didn't look through all of them, of course, but later if I find out that there is a pattern that's similar, I personally don't have deleting powers, but the administrator does, so I can just contact him and he'll take it down. So I'm going to accept this one. Alright, added by Meme Knots. Wow. Anyway, love this rainbow. It appears to be Neon Cat, but there is no cat to be found, so perhaps it is just his background. Maybe Neon Cat says gay right. But anyway, it looks really nice, so I'm going to accept it. Okay, this one is, oh wow, these kinds of patterns make my eyes hurt. Look, it's like an optical illusion. If you look at the top, the chevron looks like it's tilting upward to me, but when you look at the lines, it's all straight. Like, that's just so cool, and it makes my brain hurt. But anyway, I think what this person did, oh my god, it's Meme Knots again. Hi, Meme Knots. What this person did is they switched around A and B, so instead of making the background black and the inside white, they kind of switched it around, which is different than the original pattern, so I'll give Meme Knots an accept on this one. Ooh, this one's so pretty. Wow. The warning is try to avoid using similar colors in your patterns. B equals C. So I'm looking B equals C. The B looks pretty dark. It looks darker than C, and that's pretty clear in the pattern rendering. I can see a difference, and it does make the gradient look really nice. There is a gradient that is already green and purple, but as I'm noticing here, sort of this big diamond figure around here is green, while this big diamond here is purple, which means that they are different, so I'm going to accept this one. Alright, next is Pluto. It looks like one of the other moderators looked at it. By the looks of the handwriting, I want to say it's Kinsey B. Hey Kinsey, for watching, hey! But it looks like she told the person to lighten the black, and it looks like they did because there's no error message, and I'm just gonna hit Pluto just to make sure that no one else has made a pattern like this. Like sort of a headshot pattern, and it looks like no one has, so I'm going to accept it. Alright, first of all, it looks like this is a big pattern. Okay, and it looks like according to the keywords, it's Rocky Balboa. It is a really big pattern, and some of the pixels got out of place, and I'm having trouble thinking if anyone would actually make this. Like, we want to accept patterns that are going to, like, look really cool, but where's his nose? So I'm just going to ask, it's pretty big, and it probably could be smaller. Also, that there are some pixels out of place. Next is something. It looks like a baseball, but the keywords say heart and 4-way. It looks pretty cute, but it's really simple, and I can't see someone making it. I don't know, someone could make it, but it's really kind of hard to tell what it is. I'm gonna ask them to perhaps make it larger and to add more keywords, just so people know what it is. Next is this pattern. It's a very nice lavender purple pattern that was submitted as a variation of this pattern up here, and I see nothing wrong with it, so I'm going to accept it. Ooh, R2D2. So there's R2D2 here, and I'm thinking this sort of looks like a pattern that other people might make because it's easily recognizable. So I'm going to click on the keywords and see if anything else exists like it. Oh my god, there's Pushin. So it looks like there are 2 patterns that look like it. This looks pretty much the same as pattern 24023. So I'm just going to say there's a similar pattern, 24023. Alright, there's a tie-dye pattern. This pattern looks really nice. It looks a little bit similar, but I can see that this turquoise right here is much brighter than the turquoise that the original pattern has, so I'm going to accept it. Alright, and so now I'm going to be going over to the Photos tab because I think I've reviewed enough patterns. I just want to see some photos people have submitted. First of all, this cute little diamond pattern. And looking at the bracelets, it doesn't appear to be the right pattern because I can see that there's this sort of arrowhead thing going on. Like looking at the light purple here, it sort of like merges into the next one. Whereas the pattern itself has sort of discrete diamonds, if that makes sense. I don't know how to say this in a way that actually makes sense, but it's not the right pattern. So I'm just going to say that bracelet's not made for the pattern you submitted it, but we will be happy to approve it once it's submitted for the correct one. Next is this adorable cloud pattern. Oh my god, that's so cute, so adorable. I should make one of those. This person did use different colors than what's shown, but that could be from a variation or from their own creative insight, and we don't decline photos based on different colors. The colors don't really matter as long as you're sticking to the actual pattern, so I'm going to accept this. Next is a lemon pattern. It looks like it's submitted by the same person, and again, it looks like the right pattern. and it looks super cute. So Naughty Jam, keep doing what you are doing, because I love you and your patterns. You make moderating a great thing. Okay, another one by Naughty Jam. Again, they didn't use the colors, but this does look like a pattern that I've seen a couple variations of, so I'm just going to make sure that they have the right number of knots. So looking here, I see they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 rows here, so I'm going to count and make sure that they have 10. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's kind of hard to see. Once I got a pattern declined because the right side of the bracelet was down, and it looks like the wrong side is up here. So the same thing. So I'm going to ask them if they can flip the bracelet over and resubmit it. Alright, then there is a fine line here. Wow. And this pattern looks like it's submitted for the correct pattern, but notice how I have to turn my head. So I'm just going to rotate it left, which is going to hopefully go like that, and then it should submit. Look at that. Alright, great. So it worked and I'm submitting it. Ooh, mic drop. This pattern looks really nice. This user did a really great job. The pattern is on a nice background and the bracelet is clearly focused. Really see nothing wrong, so I'm going to accept it. Alright, I'm gonna stop there because I reviewed a ton of patterns today. So if you liked that, comment down below if you want to see a part 3. Let me know if I reviewed your pattern or your photo. I had a lot of fun doing this. A couple weeks or months ago, there was this movement on Instagram to get rid of the moderators on Braceletbook because they kept declining people's patterns. And of course I'm biased because I am a moderator, but I'm just saying if there weren't moderators, no one's patterns would get accepted, which you can have that, like you won't get the moderators, but I'm not sure how well you were thinking about it. I don't know, just saying, just as from the moderator's point of view, we had a couple discussions about this on our private messaging platform. I get we can't really apologize because that's sort of our job, is to moderate. I don't know, we do so much for you guys, like. And I do acknowledge, someone did put on the chat, thank you so much for all the moderators. And that was really sweet to see as a moderator because it just sort of validates us, because a lot of people do hate on us because we reject your patterns sometimes. But we want to create a safe place on Braceletbook that gives everyone the opportunity to see the best of everyone's patterns. And if everyone just submitted all their unfinished and pixelated patterns, it wouldn't really be the nicest place to share everything. So I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess I'm trying to say is, like, be careful what you wish for, because there could be no Braceletbook and then none of your patterns would get accepted. I don't know, it's what you wanted, but so I don't know, maybe I'll just cut this part out later and maybe not. But anyway, that's about Braceletbook, that's the tea. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and let me know if you want to see more Braceletbook videos. Bye! If you like this video, please consider subscribing. In addition, please consider becoming a Patreon. You can get cool things like access to an Instagram group chat, a shout out in my videos, early access to my videos, bracelets every other month, and for the top tier, you can get a special Innovate hoodie. The link is in the description. Just a shout out to all of my patrons, but especially my top tier supporters, Nancy and Roxanne. Thank you so much. Check me out on Instagram. There I do polls and surveys that help me make better videos, so you can be a part of them as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time!